So I have a confession to make to you guys. A little while ago, I got busted by one of my friend's students, djembe player. I got a message from him saying that his student had seen one of my videos on World Drum Club where I was playing djembe, and they noticed that I was wearing a ring. And you know, as teachers, as drumming teachers, we always tell everybody, please take off your rings, your jewelry, watches, anything that could damage the drum or the shell, the head, or just make you uncomfortable, like bruise your finger or whatever. I've actually had drums get severely gouged by bracelets, not my own, but other people that were using my drums. So I know it's an issue, and you know, it's just a good practice. So you're hearing it now and forever. Remove your jewelry when you play the drum. So my friend came to me with that, and I said, you know, I have to admit, I was wearing my wedding ring. Now, my typical wedding band, the one that I wear every day, or have been wearing every day, is a white gold metal band. It's very thin, and it really doesn't pose that much of an issue for me, unless I'm playing a lot. But you know, that was my defense. Of course, it's kind of lame, because I want to set a good example. I don't want to, you know, portray one thing, say something else, right? So that brings me to the upcoming topic, which is I'm wearing a wedding ring right now. I'm wearing a wedding band, but it allows me to play the drum and do other things at the same time. And interestingly enough, from the time, in between the time that I made that video and my friend contacted me about that issue, a company actually approached me and said, we're looking for people to try out these silicone wedding bands. And I said, sure, send one over. And so it was really perfect timing, serendipity, that I got this wedding band from Zealology. And that's what this review is about. That's what this lesson is about. I'm going to give you guys a quick review of this silicone wedding band because I found it to be incredibly useful. And I think if you're a hand drummer, if you're playing djembes or congas or bongos or any kind of drum, or even if you just lead a really active lifestyle and you don't want to either damage your ring or you don't want your ring to damage anything that you're working on, like your drum, or you just, you get nervous about taking an expensive ring off and putting it on a sink, countertop, or putting it in a bag somewhere and you just don't want to lose it, this could be a great option for you. So full disclosure, they did send me this ring. They're not paying me to do this, but they sent me this sample. And I want to give you guys a closer look at it and tell you what I think about it. So if you're interested in that, keep watching. So this is the box, and you can see it's very plain. This is a size 10. And the first thing you'll notice is you see this when you open the box. Their logo, Zealology. And then you get this nice little message. The science of living with zeal. And here's the ring. So it's, gray with a white band in the middle. And the first thing that I noticed about this is that it's very smooth. It's very sleek. It's like it's got almost like a coating on it. It's not like a rubbery, plasticky feeling. It's very silky, very smooth, very comfortable. Now this is a silicone band. They say it's slim, it's scratch-proof, it's weather-resistant, breathable, non-toxic, non-conductive. So you can pretty much use this for anything. And one of the points that they bring up on their website, and I agree with this, is that if you have a ring like this, or let's say if you have a really expensive ring, you're probably prone to leaving it at the gym or taking it off while you take a shower or wash your hands, or leaving it inside when you go out and do something. And those are all instances where you could lose it or something else could happen to it. I've been wearing this drumming. I've worn it on some construction work I've done around the house, and basically I never notice I have it on. It's very, very soft, very smooth. The inside seems to have some ridges in there. I'm sure you can't see that on the video, but it seems to have some ridges, which I like to think are there to help it be breathable. The only issue that I did have with it was that after wearing it for a while, and if you get your hands wet or you sweat, then under here you'll notice that you get a little waterlogged under there. You know, like when your skin gets wet for a while. And I noticed it when I took it off like this. I had a little light colored band around this area, but it's not a big deal. It's just, you know, you let it dry out. I don't really get that happening with my white gold ring, my regular wedding band. So that's one difference. But like I said, it's not a big deal. If you're wearing this ring in the first place, you're probably used to taking your rings off anyway. So it is for people with active lifestyle. Yeah, I find it, even though it's a little thick compared to my metal ring, it actually doesn't really feel any thicker because it's so soft. It's just very comfortable. And as you can see that the overall look is that it's very thin. So yeah, that's it. It doesn't bother my drums. You don't have to worry about taking it off when you play your drum. You don't have to worry about losing it if you set your ring aside when you're playing or doing anything else. And I think it looks great. So that's my take on the Zealology Silicone Wedding Band. You guys can find out more at zealology.com. And I do want to thank them for being proactive. There are other companies making silicone wedding bands. I like that these guys reached out to me as part of an effort to connect with different communities of people. And you know, our drumming community is global. There's lots of us, and this is an issue, drumming with a ring. So now it doesn't have to be an issue. Just imagine that, not having to have that conversation anymore, not having to worry about taking your ring off. You know, sometimes even if you're working or you play a little bit, it might not be that easy to take your ring off if you don't do it right away. So this takes care of all of that. I love that. So if you have any questions about drumming with the ring or anything related to the ring with drumming, and you want to share your experience, whatever that is, with a silicone wedding band, please do. You can leave them in the comments below or send them to me via the Patreon World Drum Club site, which is patreon.com/Kalani. If you have questions about the ring itself, please don't ask me. Ask the people at Zealology. They will be able to help you much better than I, okay? But thanks you guys for watching. Thanks for being a drummer. And go out and make some great music. I'm Kalani. I'll see you guys in a future lesson.